Good evening. This is Evening News on Remo Tv. I am Omobaba Mekelolua. On national news, Bauchi state government says it will conduct headcount of commercial sex workers in the state with a view to having an accurate data on them. Malam Haminu Balarabe Isa, permanent commissioner in charge of Hisbah and Sharia implementation, made this known in Bauchi on Monday during a sensitization workshop organized by commercial sex workers. He said the information generated from the exercise would help the Commission in taking measures aimed at discouraging them from continuing with their dangerous trade. Issa disclosed plans by the state government to organize empowerment programs for them, as well as provide them with capital to start small-scale businesses. He explained that investigations conducted by the agency indicated that most of the sex workers took to prostitution as a result of illiteracy, poverty, or maltreatment meted out on them by the stepmothers. He said that minor family squabbles also contributed to the decision to take to prostitution, assuring the government would make efforts to reunite them with their parents. The commissioner expressed readiness of the state government to organize mass marriages for those of them who were lucky to get serious suitors. Aftatu Azari, who spoke on behalf of the sex workers, assured that they were willing to quit the trade if governments would empower them economically, describing their condition as pathetic. Still on national news, management of Dangote Cement PLC has said yesterday that the price of its product per bag from the factory was between 2,450 naira in Obajana and Buko and 2,510 in Ibisi, inclusive of VAT. Dangote's Group Executive Director, Strategy, Portfolio Development and Capital Projects, Devakuma Edwin, who gave the clarification at an interface with journalists in Lagos, revealed that while a bag of cement sells for an equivalent of $5.1, including VAT in Nigeria, it sells for $7.2 in Ghana and $5.95 in Zambia ex-factory, inclusive of all taxes. He said that though the company has direct control over its ex-factory prices, it could control the ultimate price of cement in the market. According to him, it is important to distinguish Dangote's ex-factory prices from prices at which retailers sell cement in the market. He frowned on intentional misinformation or demarketing allegedly sponsored by some individuals to the effect that Dangote sells its cement at higher prices in Nigeria relative to other African countries at the expense of Nigerians. Devakuma described the allegation as false, misleading, and unfounded. On international news, a crocodile sighting has forced the popular North Queensland beach to close for multiple hours this morning. The animal reportedly coming within meters of swimmers. Swimmers and tourists were forced to abandon waters at 4 Mile Beach at Port Douglas after the saltwater croc was spotted up against the protection nets. Onlookers on the crowded beach described seeing the croc brush up against the swimming area's net, prompting lifesavers to get everyone out of the water. Lifesavers on the beach then attempted to deploy an aerial drone to track the crocodile but couldn't find him. 4 Mile Beach was closed for several hours before being reopened this afternoon. On sports news, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer returned to Manchester United as manager in 2018, he saw it as a homecoming, returning to a familiar environment he had flourished in. Those who decided to bring him back believed he could also be the man to restore some of the values and principles that had faded since the retirement of Sir Alex Ferguson. However, while Solskjaer has always been comfortable at Old Trafford, there is an argument that feeling comfortable in his role as United manager is something that has taken him longer to get his head around. What Solskjaer managed to achieve on and off the pitch at Tottenham on Sunday is perhaps the biggest sign yet that the Norwegian has got to grips with one of the most scrutinized roles in world football and is enjoying the challenges and rewards it brings. On the pitch, whether it was a response fueled by anger or injustice, United put in an eye-catchingly powerful performance, starting with 6 outfield players who had played through the Jose Mourinho era and a couple who the former boss had marginalized. Lastly, on entertainment news, veteran stand-up comedian Omobaba, in the recent chat, has advised his colleagues who are online skit makers to stop dressing like women. In his words, he said the trend is getting out of hand and they should just stop. Omobaba said, in all sincerity, but for a few that are very creative from just too funny to maybe Nedu, I mean the test should just stop. It is becoming out of hand. They should just stop. If you are not doing one-man drama, which is what I used to do even before I began stand-up comedy, do not bother. I will take the role of a lady, perform it, do the role of an elderly man, all in one scene. It is just getting too much and it is watering down the hard work some people have invested. I think that one should stop. He further noted that there are so many characters to create around men instead of his male counterparts dressing like females. I am not the type that will say between Wizkid and Davido who is the best. I can never compare Femi Kuti and Lagbaja because if you truly know music, their sounds are totally different. If that is what they feel they can do, let them continue. But there is a stage where you can always differentiate the men from the boys. That is all we have for evening news on Remo TV. You can follow us on a array of our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at official Remo TV. You can also check us on our website at www.remotv.com.ng. I remain Omobaba Bekelolua. Good night.